Bella MedSpa is offering facial balancing and harmonization by using dermal fillers. Here in a segment sponsored by Bella MedSpa is Dr. Craig Schacher, the board-certified physician, to explain what this means. How are you today?
I'm great, Kayla. How are you?
Good. Yeah. All right, so what does this mean? I haven't, a harmonization. Yep. I know what it means, but not when it comes to the face.
Okay, yeah. It's really a new, fairly new, cutting-edge way of non-surgically treating the face with fillers, thread lifts, Botox. That's all about harmony and rebalancing. It's different. It's becoming quite famous worldwide. There's a lot of models out there now that have had this done, and I'm sort of bringing it to the area and trying to make people aware of it. What it does is it's really an artistic way of analyzing the face, particularly looking at how different areas of the face are in relation to one another proportionally. Mm-hmm. So it's very different than what we see a lot of the time, where people have one or two areas of the face treated over and over again, and then they end up with these distortions. It's very much about looking at the upper, middle, lower thirds of the face and how they relate in size and balance, in length and width to one another.
And we have a picture up right now. Yeah. Talk about this one and the differences of it.
Yeah, so this is somebody that we did 4 syringes of filler on and a little bit of Botox. And we started by, again, when you're doing facial harmonization and rebalancing, what you're really trying to do initially is look at deficits, where people possibly, never had much of a chin, or had a weak jawline, or had a nose that was droopy. And you usually start there, sort of improving those, contouring those areas. Then you go to areas where there's been aging and loss of volume or some sagging. So in this case, we started on, she had a little bit of a weak chin. We contoured that with a little bit of filler, did a little bit of the anterior jawline. We moved to her mid-face that was a little flat, and she had a tear trough. We then went over and did a little bit of her lateral cheek, some of her smile lines, and finished off with the lip.
And you can see the difference between the two pictures.
Yeah, and what's amazing about facial harmonization and rebalancing is it always looks natural. There's never distortions with it.
Sure.
This is somebody that we did sort of a multimodal approach. That is, we started with thread lifting, and we lifted the cheeks to give some contour to the lateral aspect of the cheek and give some lift there. We then again went down to the chin. We gave a little bit of contour where she had flattened a little bit with age. We worked the anterior jawline, a little bit of the posterior jawline, some of the smile lines, and just a little bit in the lip. Again, we don't overdo the lip if it doesn't fit the face. And you can see she's nicely refreshed and rejuvenated.
Absolutely. And then the last pictures we have here, walk us through this one too, because also between these 3 photos, there are different phases of what is offered.
Right. I tried to pick 3 photos where one was just a little bit of filler.
Right.
It was actually 3.5, almost 4 syringes. The second one was sort of a threads, filler, and a little Botox. And this one is just straight up filler. We used quite a bit. We used 8 syringes in her, but not in that way that distorts the face, where someone puts it all in the cheek, all in the lips. Again, we worked the chin, we worked the anterior jawline, we did the posterior jawline with it. We went and did the lateral and anterior cheek, a little bit in the smile lines, a little bit in the lips, and then we went, and you can see we contoured her nose a little bit, gave it made the bridge look a little thinner, did a little refinement of the tip, all with filler and threads. And like I said, it was 8 syringes of filler. We used a couple of tiny little threads to give a little lift and contour to the nose.
How amazing what some little can make such a big difference. But how will someone know what is best for them?
Really what we do, I've got another picture. That's just something that sort of shows how we can refine the nose non-surgically with threads and filler.
Yeah.
The way, really the best way is to come in for a consult. It's really a very artistic way of analyzing the face and the proportions. And so usually what I like to do is spend 45 minutes to an hour with someone sort of going over their face and shape and then talking about this approach.
And what I like you just said too is it's non-surgical. So if someone doesn't like necessarily maybe the shape of their nose, they don't necessarily have to go to that step of a nose job.
Absolutely.
There are ways that it can be done.
There really are.
It's so interesting the things that you can do with it.
It really is. Like I said, worldwide it's becoming huge, and we actually have supermodels out there that have shaped their face with this and then gone into the industry.
Right. Very interesting. Thank you for coming on today and sharing this. I'm kind of fascinated by what you can do, you know, without or doing it in a non-surgical approach.
It is fun.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Visit BellaMedSpa.com for more information and to book your free consultation. This segment was sponsored by Bella MedSpa.